This is college algebra. We're still on Unit 4, expressions, equations, and functions. I've got third period in here, and they're pretty excited about listening to this lesson. We're going to solve situation problems with this lesson. The steps for solving situation problems are, first we're going to define our variables very clearly, and then we're going to set up an algebraic equation representing the situation accurately using those defined variables that we defined in number 1. Then we're going to isolate the variable and record what the word problem is asking for. So let's take a look at number 1. It reads, 3 young ladies sold boxes of cookies for a fundraiser. Jane sold 15 boxes less than Laura. Marie sold twice as many boxes as Jane. If they sold a total of 83 boxes, how many boxes did each young lady sell? So the other 2 girls, young ladies, are written in terms of Jane. So we're going to let Jane be X. Then it says Laura sold 15 more than Jane. So X plus 15 is equal to Laura. And then finally, Marie sold twice as many as Jane. So 2X is equal to Marie. All 3 of them sold 83 boxes. So we'll add them all up. X plus 15 plus 2X is equal to 83. X plus 2X is 4X plus 15 is equal to 83. Subtract 15 from both sides, so I get 4X is equal to 68. Divide by 4, X is equal to 17. So in other words, we can say that Jane sold 17 boxes, Laura sold 17 plus 15, that's 32 boxes, Marie sold 2 times 17, that's 34 boxes. Number 2 says the sum of 4 consecutive integers is 318. Find these integers. So I want 4 consecutive integers. Well, if my first integer is X, the next consecutive integer is X plus 1. So that'll be my second number. The next consecutive integer is X plus 2. So that's my third number. And then X plus 3 is my fourth number. So my 4 consecutive integers would be X, X plus 1, X plus 2, X plus 3. I'm going to add those up and set them equal to 318. So X plus X plus X plus X is 4X. 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. Set that equal to 318. Subtract 6 from both sides, so I have 4X is equal to 312. X is equal to 78. So my first integer is 78. My second integer is 79. My third integer is 80. And my fourth integer is 81. If I add those up and get 318, then I know I've done it correctly. Number 3 asks for the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers. So if I let my first integer be X, in order to get to the next odd integer, I have to add 2. So what do I mean by that? If I have 5 as my first odd integer, this is just a little explanation on the side. To get my next odd integer, which is 7, that's 5 plus 2. So if my first odd integer is X, my next odd integer is X plus 2. Even though 2 is not an odd number, I still have to add 2 to my first odd number in order to get my next consecutive odd integer. So my next odd integer is X plus 2. My third odd integer is x plus 4. Add them up. X plus x plus x is 3x. 2 plus 4 is 6. Set that equal to 309. Subtract 6 from both sides, so I have 3x is equal to 303. Divide both sides by 3, and I get that my first odd integer is 101. So my three odd integers are 101, 103, 105. If I add up those odd integers and get 309, then I know I've done it correctly. Number 4 asks for 3 consecutive even integers. So I'm going to let x equal my first even integer. And just like the odd integers, in order to get to the next even integer, I have to add 2. So my second even integer is x plus 2. My third even integer, I do need 3, is x plus 4. Now this one doesn't want us to add up the integers. What it is asking for is the following condition. The sum of the smallest and twice the second is, I'm circling is because that's where the equal sign goes, is 20 more than the third one. So I would set up my equation like this. X plus 2 times x plus 2 is equal to x plus 4 plus 20, because it's 20 more than the third integer. Now I'm going to distribute and combine like terms. So I get 3x plus 4 is equal to x plus 24. 2x is equal to 20. Divide by 2 and I get x is equal to 10. So my first even integer, is 10. My second one is 12, and my third one is 14. Number 5 reads, in order to earn an A in a course, a student must get an average of at least 90 on 5 tests. Her first 4 test scores are 92, 86, 79, 96. What score must she earn on her 5th test in order to get a 90 average in the course? So I'm going to let x equal the score of her 5th test. I'm going to add up the first 4 scores, 92 plus 86 plus 79 plus 96, and then I'm going to add x, which is her 5th test. Divide it all by 5 and set that equal to 90 because that's the score she needs. 92 plus 86 plus 79 plus 96 is 353 plus x all over 5 is equal to 90. Multiply both sides by 5 and I get 353 plus x is equal to 450. Subtract 353 from both sides and her score in order to get a 90, is a 97. So she needs a 97 on her 5th test in order to get an average of 90. Kara's golf score is 1 less than 3/4 of Greg's golf score. Since Kara's golf score is written in terms of Greg's golf score, we're going to let x be Greg's golf score. Okay, 3/4 of Greg's golf score minus 1 is equal to Kara's golf score. The sum of their golf scores is 153. Okay? The question asks, what is Kara's golf score? So I'm going to add them together. 3/4 x minus 1 plus x is equal to 153. X, I want the common denominator to be 4. So I'm going to let this be 4/4 x. Okay? So 4 plus 3 is 7. So I get 7/4 x minus 1 is equal to 153. Add 1 to both sides. And I get 7/4 x is equal to 154. Finally, multiply both sides by 4/7. And I get x is equal to 88. But it doesn't ask for Greg's score. X is Greg's score. It asks for Kara's score. So I need to take 88 and plug it in to the formula for Kara's score and get 3/4 times 88 minus 1. In the end, we get that Kara scored 65.